What is going on? It is Nate the Game Guy coming back with another video at hand, and today I want to talk about game stores that I cannot stand, right? These are the things that are the make it or break it when it comes to shopping locally at local video game stores. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen, but Metal Jesus put out a video very similar to this one that I'm going to share with you guys today. And I thought it was just very relatable, right? So I wanted to do my own video where I talk about some of my own gripes too when it comes to game stores and certain things that happen in game stores that I cannot stand. All these I have experienced at some point or another. Of course, I will regurgitate a few things that Metal Jesus did talk about in his video, because these are things that have also been relatable to me as well. But of course, I will share you guys everything in between about the things that bother me about game stores and all that wonderful stuff. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video subject right after the intro. Alright, so the first types of game stores that you should avoid when it comes to shopping locally at game shops and game stores are the ones that don't honor their promotions. And I'll give an example. Let's say you go to a store and they have a buy two get one free sale. You get 2 games, you get the third one free, right? That's a very common promotion at a lot of game stores. Unfortunately, I went to a local game shop not too long ago where they were having a buy two get one free sale for certain game consoles. You buy 3 games for any of these specified game consoles part of the promotion, you get the third one free as long as it's below a dollar amount. That was the only exclusion that was presented on the sign, right? So what I decided to do was buy 3 games that were applicable, a part of that promotion, and then a 4th game that was outside the promotion. So you would think that I would get 1 game free, and obviously that 4th one wouldn't be like, I wouldn't get any discount, right? So I went to the register, had the cashier ring me up. Unfortunately, that cashier told me that none of what I've got were part of that promotion. Like, I could not get a discount, even though I pointed right at the sign, told the cashier what was going on. That cashier did not want any part of it. After that, after being told no multiple times, I just left. I just told the cashier I'm not buying anything, walked out and left. Now granted, not all game stores will do that when it comes to their promotions. Like, for example, like if you shop at GameStop with buy 2 get 1 free, if you happen to get a 4th game, they're not going to disqualify you from the buy 2 get 1 free. You just don't get a 4th game free, and that the 4th game you decide to select isn't part of that promotion. That's it. But whatever the reason is, even though they may have a sign posted and they don't show you and tell you what the exclusions are to said promotion, and they still try to fight with you anyway, that is a game store I totally recommend that you avoid and don't come back to. Now, the next type of game store that I always try to avoid whenever I can are the game stores that price themselves more than eBay. These are the stores where you walk into and their games will sometimes be 10, 20, sometimes 30 or more than what a seller may be selling for on eBay with certain games. These stores I absolutely cannot stand. Here's the thing. I understand every business has to make a profit. I understand that there are employees, there is rent, there is insurance, and all kinds of other expenses. I totally get that. But here's the thing. Why would I want to go to your store, drive out to your store, look at the things, and pay more than eBay, where I can sit in the comfort of my own home, click buy it now, pay for it, have it arrive to my house, and if for some reason it's in bad shape, I can return it, no questions, no problems asked, right? That's the thing to consider when it comes to some of these stores that want to sell more than what eBay is asking for, right? Like, I totally get it. Businesses got to make a profit, employees, all that wonderful stuff. I get it. But again, there has to be that balance. And unfortunately, when it comes to stores where I know for a fact they're going to be pricing themselves more than what you can buy said game for online, just doesn't make sense for me to walk into one of those stores. So when it comes to stores that I try to avoid that often sell video games, those are the ones that I do tend to avoid pretty often. Of course, some more game stores that I recommend that you guys avoid are the game stores that feel inclined to put stickers on where they just don't belong at all, right? So what do I mean by this? Game stores that feel inclined to put stickers onto the boxes of Nintendo 64 games, onto the inserts of games, and just all kinds of places where you just know if you were to peel that sticker off, there's a good chance that that game is just not going to look very pretty after you peel that sticker off. As someone who's a collector, I really try my best to make my games to be in the best shape possible. No, I try not to make everything crazy perfect in the collection, but you know, I don't want to have some eyesore sitting on the shelf where it's like, you have like a bunch of glue that you can't take off or whatever, otherwise the label's gonna get damaged. Or you just have some sticker that's on the box of like a Nintendo 64 game, you take it off and like the art's gonna just come off of the box. Oh gosh, I cannot stand it when game stores do that. And I know there are a lot of game stores that will be like, oh, well, most people don't really care about that. Well, I do. There's other people that do, and it's just not fun to deal with. I'm sure a lot of you may remember that GameStop used to do this a lot with the inserts of certain games back during the mid to late 2000s. Thank goodness that they no longer do that. But yes, when it comes to things that bother me and game stores I tend to avoid when it comes to shopping for video games, they are definitely the ones that feel the need to put stickers on places where they have no business being on at all. Now, of course, I cannot forget about these game stores. These are the game stores where if you want to buy a loose copy of a game and then they'll ask you if you want it complete in box, they'll charge you more for said game, even though it says a certain price on the actual game itself. I'll give an example and give a little bit of some background, right? Is I don't mind it if a game store wants to charge more money complete in box for a game than a loose copy of said game. I don't find any issue with that. It's because obviously a complete in box copy is more valuable, more collectible, all that wonderful stuff, more than a loose copy of a game. But here's what bothers me, right? Say, for example, you want to buy 1080 Degrees, right? And essentially it's got, I don't know, $5 to $10 like on the game or whatever, and you take it up to the register and they're like, oh, do you want to have a box and a manual for that? Oh yeah, sure. And they'll say like, oh, okay, now it's $30 or $40. Wait, what? But the game says it's like $5 to $10. Yeah, well, you wanted the box and the manual. I'm like, no. That I don't like. I'll give an example. There used to be a game store I used to shop at quite a bit back in the day, where they used to have loose games, and sometimes they would have the box and the manual for it, where you would take that game up to the register and they would just ask you, just out of generosity or just like convenience or whatever, like, hey, do you want that box and manual or whatever with your game? Oh yeah, sure. And they're like, okay, here you go. Like, it was just kind of like a question of like, if you go to, I don't know, McDonald's and they'll ask, oh, do you want some ketchup with your fries? Oh yeah, sure. And they throw in ketchup packets into your Happy Meal or whatever, right? That was kind of the concept that was kind of going on with that game store. But unfortunately, I remember one day I did the same thing, try to go in, pick up a game, and they're like, okay, do you want the box and manual for that? Oh yeah, sure. And then they rung me up $10 to $20 more. And I was like, why is this more? They're like, oh, because you wanted the box and the manual. I'm like, but it says this price on the cartridge. Oh no, well, you wanted the box and the manual. I just walked out. I just simply did not have any tolerance of that. Again, I'll reiterate, I don't have any problems with any game store or seller charging more money for a complete in-box copy of a game than a loose copy of a game. But if you're going to do so, please don't follow that rule of thumb of where you get a game, it's loose, and then when someone takes it up the counter, then they're just like, oh yeah, that's going to be more. Don't do that. That's just very annoying. Of course, one of my favorite things that I have to talk about when it comes to certain game stores that I love to avoid, and I recommend that you avoid them too, are the game stores that will go on eBay to check for pricing. What do I mean by this? Say you find a game that you want to buy at a game store. Sometimes it may have a price on it, sometimes it may not have a price on it. You will take it up to the register, you say you want to buy this game and you're ready to check out. For whatever reason, you have the cashier or the manager, owner, whoever it may be, just checking you out. They will say, well, let me go check on something, or I'm going to look on eBay really quick. I don't do business with those stores at all. That's how you keep me from shopping at your store. Because here's my thing. If I want to pay eBay prices, I'll go on eBay. I will not drive to your store to pay eBay prices. Why would I do that to go to your store to pay eBay prices if I can just sit in my home and click that buy it now button? Please tell me why I would want to do that. If you're going to say, oh, well, you get to see it in person and see the condition, well, if it's in bad condition and I buy it on eBay, I can return it for an item not as described. So there's literally no reason for me to go to that store. Plus, I don't like the principle and the idea of basically going somewhere and they say, oh yeah, it says $40 on the thing, but now we're going to charge you $80 because that's how much it goes for. Yeah, I'm not doing that. When it comes to game stores, those are the ones that I absolutely go out of my way to avoid, just like the other ones mentioned in this video. But of course, if you're looking for more game stores that I recommend you avoid, those are the ones that I do strongly recommend that you guys stay clear from. Alright, and that is going to conclude the video of game stores that I strongly recommend that you avoid going to. What do you guys think? What are some game stores that you think people should avoid? Feel free to comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Give this video a like if you did enjoy. Helps boost it up into the YouTube algorithm so more viewers such as you can find videos just like this. And of course, please do consider subscribing because I post a lot of content when it comes to game collecting tips, game-related subjects. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, please do consider subscribing. But if you're going to subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell notification button so that way you will stay notified when I upload a video just like this. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.